This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 264, How to Set Goals You'll Actually Achieve, Part 2, by Steve Pavlina of stevepavlina.com.
Get ready to maximize your potential with Optimal Living Daily, the podcast that brings you the best in personal development and productivity every day of the week. Your optimal life awaits. Now here's your host, Justin Malik.
Hello, Life Optimizer. You're listening to another edition of Optimal Living Daily, the 265th edition, actually, since I started with episode 0. And this is one of 3 podcasts where we read to you from amazing blogs and resources so that you don't have to sit down and read for yourself. And I'm Justin Malik, the guy who works in pajamas. In fact, I was wearing Cookie Monster pajamas as I was putting today's show together. And now today's a continuation post from yesterday, so if you didn't hear episode 263, yesterday's post, I'd highly recommend listening to that first. Otherwise, this episode won't make a lot of sense. And now that that disclaimer's out of the way, let's wrap up Steve's post as we continue optimizing your life. How to Set Goals You Will Actually Achieve, Part 2, by Steve Pavlina of stevepavlina.com. Now try this. Think about starting your own business and imagine how great it'll be when everything is running smoothly. Now stay in the present and consider how this goal can improve the quality of your life right now. Not a year from now, not 5 years from now, not even tomorrow, right now, this very minute. What does the goal of starting your own business do for you here and now? Does it give you hope? Does it inspire you? Does it promise solutions to some current problems? Allow those thoughts to churn through your consciousness for a while. Consider how the goal of starting your own business improves your life right now. And of course, if you can see no improvement, then drop the goal and consider a different one. Think about some goals you might have set if not for the imaginary obstacles you focused on. Do you want to lose a certain amount of weight, to enjoy a new relationship, to enjoy a more fulfilling career? Stop imagining doom and gloom on the path to get there and simply focus on how each goal can improve your present reality. What does the thought of physical fitness do for you right now? What does the thought of finding your soulmate do for you? What does the thought of a fulfilling career do for you? As you think about how your goals improve your present reality, eventually you'll feel motivated to take action. At the same time, you'll begin attracting resources into your life that will help you achieve your goals. There's no need to force yourself. You'll find yourself naturally drawn to take action as you keep bringing your focus back to the present. When you think about a goal in a way that motivates you right now, it's only natural that you'll begin taking action congruent with the goal. When you set goals that increase the quality of your present reality, then what does it matter how long it takes to achieve the final outcome? Whether it takes 1 week or 5 years is irrelevant. The whole path is fun and enjoyable. More importantly, you feel happy and fulfilled this very moment. This drives you to take enjoyable action, so you're productive too. Whatever goal you set, you have the option of envisioning a path of sacrifice and suffering by focusing on the illusion of the future, or you can allow the goal to inject your present reality with new hope, enthusiasm, and motivation. Even though it seems like you're setting goals for the future, you're really setting goals for the present. The better you understand this, the more easily and enjoyably you'll achieve your goals. If you adopt this goal-setting mindset, you'll find yourself setting different kinds of goals. The size and scope of the goal will cease to matter. The most important factor will be what effect the goal has on your present moment when you think about it. When you really grasp this concept, you'll begin to adopt a lifelong mission instead of just a collection of disjointed goals and preferences. It doesn't even matter if your mission can be achieved in your lifetime. What matters is the effect it has on your present reality. So you can feel free to adopt a really enormous mission, even one which may be unachievable in your lifetime, as long as that mission inspires and motivates you. If the mission is so big that it disempowers you, dump it. But if it really inspires you, go for it. I recommend you abandon the concept of SMART goals. SMART equals specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, time-bound. There are many variations on this too. This model sounds intelligent, but it's based on an inaccurate understanding of time. Instead of thinking of your goals as time-bound projects, consider each goal in light of its effect on your present reality. I know this is a very different way of thinking about goals, so it's only natural that you may have some resistance to it if you're deeply ingrained in a time-bound model of goal setting. So ask yourself this: how well is your current goal-setting model working for you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your performance at setting and achieving meaningful goals? I'd be surprised if you're higher than a 5. Pushing yourself to get better isn't the solution. The whole paradigm is broken to begin with. It's like trying to push a cart with square wheels. You don't need to push harder. You need a cart with round wheels. The square-wheeled cart looks really slick, and from a certain perspective, it seems like it should work okay, but reality itself is the ultimate judge. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled How to Set Goals You Will Actually Achieve by Steve Pavlina of stevepavlina.com. It's not every day you hear someone come out against SMART goals, that is SMART goals, something that most personal development bloggers that I've read actually stand by, and my brother has even mentioned it on Optimal Health Daily. But after reading this post all the way through with an open mind, I do see what he's getting at. Often when we set these goals, we're really thinking, oh, I'll be happy when I reach that goal. That's when I will have made it and everything will be nice and perfect. Okay, well, maybe not perfect, but you know what I'm saying. I think we all do this. I do it with my own fitness habits. Honestly, I haven't done much of anything with my exercise, which is terrible, and I think it's affecting me in pretty significant negative ways. But I've always had that goal mentality of, my goal is to be 20 pounds heavier after weightlifting and eating healthier for 3 months. Even the video game I use to track my weight, Wii Fit, asks exactly that. It asks for the weight or BMI I want to reach and in whatever time frame I choose. All the while I'm thinking, yeah, that'll be nice to reach that, but the progress is slow and often backwards, and I lose momentum and eventually forget to do it altogether, or I'm just not motivated. But if you think about it in the way that Steve is talking about how exercising right now will affect our current situation, it might sound a little selfish or weird to think of it that way, but I do think it's more motivating than thinking about some lofty goal in the far future. And this is true for budgeting or retirement planning, education, career goals, really anything. I think the whole point of this 2-part post was just to emphasize that your motivation is going to be a lot higher if you really think about the benefits you'll get right now if you start or continue those habits that'll eventually get you to some random goal in the future. And who knows, maybe you'll hit that goal even faster. All right, I think that's enough. I don't know why I had a lot to say about that. I usually don't do commentary, so if you're new here, don't think that every episode is like this. And before we go, I gotta mention that today is the last day to be entered to win a book by The Minimalists. I give a copy away to a random person on my mailing list on the 1st of every month, so if you want to be in September's drawing, you need to be on my mailing list by midnight tonight. You can join at oldpodcast.com, just enter your email address there, or you can text the word optimal to the number 44222, and that'll get you in also. And you can be in a much smaller raffle and have a huge chance to win if you submit an audio question related to health for my brother's podcast, Optimal Health Daily, where he answers your questions every Friday on his show. It can be about diet, fitness, working out, stress management, disease prevention, and more. He's a registered dietitian, personal trainer, and has his PhD in public health, so any question along those lines would be perfect. Just don't forget, because you got to do that before midnight tonight to be in the drawing. All of that can be done at oldpodcast.com. All right, this ending is getting super long, so I'll leave it at that. I hope you're having a great week so far, and I'll see you in the Thursday show, where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.